we've got the Boston Celtics taking on the Washington Wizards. 2K Sports and the NBA welcomes you to our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. We've got Allen and Walker. And for the Wizards, and Howard. Funny thing, Clark, about this Celtics team last year, they actually won more games on the road than they did at home. You don't see that very often.
You sure don't, Kevin. I mean, talk about the exception to the rule. I mean, you rarely see that in any sport, especially the NBA, where home court is such a big advantage typically.
And Washington has possession. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
But, Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. This team's offensive forte is really just being smart with the ball and limiting their mistakes. And because of that, Coach told me that they don't need to force things at the opponent's end of the floor. They just need to wait for opportunities to present themselves and then take advantage of it when they do, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. So shooting is certainly on the menu early in this one.
Well, when you get right down to it, that's the name of the game. You've got to put the ball in the basket.
I will say this, however, of all the teams that I'd expect to do what you said, win more games on the road than at home, the Celtics would be at the top of the list.
Well, they're a veteran group, and you talk about winning on the road, and experience is always a factor. They know how to get it done on the road. Veterans have seen it all. They come in with the right mindset, and they're very rarely easily rattled by opposing crowds.
The and one is good, so 3-point play that time. The Wizards had a down year last season, really struggling against the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, but you look at that record, and they weren't awful. I mean, tied for third worst against their conference, but they ended up with the #1 draft pick, so that kind of worked out for them.
So it's Washington now. Ray Allen picking up that last basket. Pocket four. Here's Chaney. Up high and down hard.
He has almost supernatural bouncing ability. He can bounce right out of the building.
Only a handful of players have that kind of athleticism, Clark. That was our Sprite slam cam on the replay. Nice job by the camera crew. And here are the Celtics now, after the basket by Washington. Here's Walker. Uncovered, and it's Boston with another. I suppose their 18 wins against the East last year can be viewed as a strong improvement. The year before, they only came away with just a handful.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, they'll need to be a lot better against the rest of the East, though, this season. I mean, they are in the duty of a division and need to fight for every win they can when they play outside of it.
Behind the arc. And that's off as he tries to beat the buzzer. And a lot of offense on display in this first quarter. It's the Celtics leading by a point.
Well, they're scoring with ease. They've definitely hit the ground running. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And we'll see you in just a moment. Closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. Here's Wesley. Probably the big surprise of the playoffs last year was how the Boston Celtics ended up really taking it to the Cavaliers.
You know, Kevin, it went 6 games, but you could kind of tell that the Celtics were in full control of it. Uh-oh. A little bit of a statement made there while he hung on the rim.
That's one way to make sure the whole building knows exactly what you just did. And Washington has possession. They trail by 3. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, thank you. Well, a painful finals loss for this Celtics team last season. 2 chances to finish off the Lakers. They were ahead in Game 7 for 3.5 quarters, but couldn't get the job done. Now, with an aging roster, the question becomes whether the Celtics have what it takes to make another run. Guys, we'll see what this season holds for them.
Well, I wouldn't count out just yet, Boris. Thank you. Got the bucket and the foul.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Nice job at the line, and that one falls to pick up the and one. Here's Wesley. 1:16 left in the half. From downtown. No good. And Washington will go the other way. Pass to Jackson. Pinballs around and in. Jackson's got his first 2 points. Here's Wesley. From the wing, and that is good. And we're all tied up at 10. Here's Washington now. Pass to Jackson. Throws it up. Williams pulls it in.
He really needs to hit that consistently, but they'll just keep letting him shoot it.
He dumps it off. Here's Walker. He's guarded by Howard. Kept alive. Now here's Williams. Fox. He's guarded by Howard. Here's Fox. The tricky leaning jumper is off the mark.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just will fall.
Jacks up the triple. Walker hauls in the long rebound. No good. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center.
It's Saturday, everyone's favorite day of the week. Let's do it right with HP at the half. The Wizards fighting for control so far. They've been aggressively attacking the rack, getting a lot of points right at the rim. Looking at Boston, they're definitely making plays as well. They've been airtight with their defensive rebounding, no second chance looks. Ray Allen is the top scorer. Lighten up that scoreboard, he's making it ring like a pinball machine. And that's going to do it. We'll send you back to the game in Washington. Third quarter coming up next.
And as the quarter begins, both teams have been trading blows like fighters. A close ball game. Here's Wesley. And Howard. That's the group starting the second half for Flip Sarks. To the middle. Wesley takes it up. Connects from in close. 6 points for him.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
Washington trailing. Ray Allen, even at his age, is still a sight to behold when he takes that jump shot.
Yeah, he really is. He's got one of the sweetest jump shots we've ever seen in the history of the game. As pretty a shot as we'll see. And not just because it looks good, it goes in, too.
6 points for him. So with Ray Allen, Clark, you see him being that way for the next few years as specialist?
You know, he's a better all-around player than people have given him credit for. I mean, his shooting is so superb and so special that that's what draws the most attention. But he's a good all-around basketball player.
He stretches those defenses, though, with that shot.
Yeah, he does. Nice speed. That's the way to keep the ball moving.
So it's Washington now. A 2-point game. Strickland covered by Wesley. Wesley is tagged with the reach. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Boston. The lead is 2. Tosses it up. Can't get it to go. So Boston will take it the other way. Here's Fox. Misses the fadeaway from in close. They can end up with a final possession depending on how they play the clock. Howard's shot is good. Howard's got his first points of the game.
Great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
Here's Wesley. He's got 8. 27 seconds left in the third. Fox, he's guarded by Howard. Williams a screen on Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Shot clock at 4.
The defense couldn't close out on the mid-range change, and the shooter made them pay.
Leads him in. Here's Weber. Dunks it home to beat the buzzer.
What a hard-fought game. They're trading baskets, trading elbows, trading attitude. It's a battle.
And here is Wesley. And so this one is tightly contested as we end the third. Back in just a minute here in Washington. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our spark of the game. Doris?
Well, Kevin, the Wizards have had the spark in this one. Just from a team effort standpoint, you can tell they're giving it everything they've got, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's Whitney. On the court right now for the Celtics. And Walker. Pass to Howard. Again, the Wizards score.
When the margin's this tight, every basket starts to take on a little bit more meaning.
Here's Wesley. Goes up. The shot is off. And Washington will go the other way.
He's got to break out of this slump if this team wants a chance to win.
To the paint. Here's Weber. Laid in with the D draped all over him. Here's Wesley. 128 left to the fourth. Here's Day. Kept alive. Here's Fox. The second effort. And that's good. Laying it in.
Nice. Big momentum build as those second chance points.
Wizards leading by 4. Here's Murray. And Washington again with the bucket. Here's Wesley.
Very little time left here. They have the ball, but they're going to need big plays to pull this off.
Here's Fox. Shot is off, and Washington will go the other way. Less than 1 minute left. And here's Whitney. Covered by Wesley. Hammers it in.
Healthy lead, and with smart play the rest of the way, they should be able to win this one.
Here's Wesley. 45 seconds left in the game. From deep. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. And making a change here, the Wizards. And Washington has possession. 8-point game. Strickland covered by Wesley. Here's Weber, and Washington again with the bucket.
I think they've sealed this. Not enough time left to mount a comeback. Kevin, not much they can do right now. Time is not on their side.
Dayton can't get it to fall from downtown.
Well, for one, he's a bit cold. He's used to getting a lot more shots than he has today.
Knocked loose. Walker gets the reach-in call. That is his first foul of the game. Number 77 backs down. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke and the whole crew and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan Brand player of the game.